In the world of hockey, very few moments are as exhilarating as a jaw-dropping comeback. Imagine a game with a situation that seems like the game is all but over, with one team on the verge of defeat. Then, in a twist of fate, they turn out to defy all expectations and stage an unforgettable turnaround. In this video, we're unraveling the story of the NHL's most unbelievable comebacks of all time. The Miracle on Manchester is one of the most legendary comebacks in all of NHL history, occurring during the 1982 Stanley Cup playoffs. The Los Angeles Kings faced the heavily favored Edmonton Oilers in the Smith Division Finals. However, Game 3, played on April 10th of 1982 at the Forum on Manchester Boulevard in Los Angeles, became an unforgettable chapter in hockey history. The game started off bad and eventually snowballed into a disaster for the Los Angeles Kings, as the Oilers dominated the first two periods, jumping to a commanding 5-0 lead. The Kings appeared to be on the brink of a blowout loss, and the situation looked quite hopeless as they entered the third period. However, what followed was an incredible and unexpected turnaround. The Kings began their comeback with a goal by Jay Wells early in the third period, breaking the shutout. This goal sparked the team and the crowd both, and apparently it ignited a wave of momentum. Doug Smith soon added another goal, followed by scores from Charlie Simmer and Mark Hardy. The improbable rally continued with Steve Bozek tying the game at 5-5 with only 5 seconds remaining in regulation, sending the game into overtime. In the overtime period, the Kings would then complete their miracle comeback when Darrell Evans scored the game-winning goal off of a faceoff, blasting a shot past Oilers goaltender Grant Furr. The Kings' 6-5 victory was not just an upset. It was a monumental collapse for the Oilers and a defining moment for the Kings. The 2010 NHL playoffs featured one of the most remarkable series comebacks in the history of the sport, when the Philadelphia Flyers faced off against the Boston Bruins in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Flyers found themselves in a seemingly insurmountable situation, down 3-0 in the best-of-7 game series. The series began with Boston dominating the first 3 games, leaving Philadelphia on the brink of elimination. However, the Flyers managed to win Game 4 at home, sparking a glimmer of hope. They continued their comeback by securing victories in Games 5 and 6, forcing a decisive Game 7 in Boston. Game 7, held on May 14th of 2010 in Boston at TD Garden, epitomized the Flyers' tenacity. The game began disastrously again for Philadelphia, as Boston quickly jumped to a 3-0 lead just in the first period. However, the Flyers refused to give up. James von Riemsdyk scored late in the first period, giving the team a crucial boost. The second period saw the Flyers claw back even further, with goals from Scott Hartnell and Danny Briere leveling the score at 3-3. The pivotal moment then came in the third period when Simon Gagne, who had returned from injury during the series, scored the go-ahead goal on a power play, completing the Flyers' comeback both in the game and in the entire series. The Flyers' victory in this playoff series was only the third time in NHL history that a team had come back from a 3-0 series deficit to win. The 2009 NHL playoff series between the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers was marked by a dramatic and memorable comeback. The Capitals found themselves down 3-1 in the series, facing elimination against a resilient Rangers team. However, led by their superstar Alexander Ovechkin, Washington would mount a determined comeback to force a Game 7. This Game 7 was played on April 28th of 2009 at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. Here, the Capitals would secure a 2-1 victory. Despite trailing 1-0 early on in the game, the Capitals remained focused. The Rangers took their 1-0 lead in the first period with a goal by Chris Drury. The great eight Alexander Ovechkin would soon tie the game with a goal in the second period, where he showcased his exceptional skills and his leadership. In the third period, Sergei Fedorov scored the game-winning goal, breaking the 1-1 tie and sealing the victory for Washington. Goaltender Semyon Varlamov played a pivotal role, making crucial save after crucial save to keep the Rangers at bay and preserve the Capitals' lead. The comeback in Game 7 was a testament to the Capitals' resilience and determination as a team. Overcoming a 3-1 series deficit and winning in such a high-pressure Game 7 highlighted the team's character. This Game 7 clash between the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs on May 13th of 2013 is easily one of the most dramatic comebacks in NHL history. The series had been a grueling battle, with both teams showing both resilience and skill in spades. The Bruins, who were known for their physical play and playoff experience, faced a Toronto team that was eager to end a lengthy playoff drought. The Toronto Maple Leafs had not won a playoff series since 2004, adding to the high stakes of the game. Toronto had a commanding 4-1 lead by the third period thanks to some key performances from forwards Phil Kessel and Nazem Kadri. Kessel, facing his former team, contributed significantly to Toronto's offensive surge. Meanwhile, James Reimer was solid in goal, making crucial saves and appearing to secure the game for the Leafs. The Leafs' defense would be effective in neutralizing Boston's attacks. With less than 11 minutes left in the game, the Bruins began their improbable comeback. Nathan Horton scored at 9:18 of the third period, igniting the crowd at TD Garden. Milan Lucic then scored at 18:38 to narrow the deficit down to 4-3. The atmosphere in the arena was electric as the at-home fans sensed something extraordinary unfolding. In a stunning turn of events, Patrice Bergeron would then score just 31 seconds later to tie the game at 4-4. Bergeron's clutch performance sent the game into overtime, leaving the Leafs stunned and their fans in disbelief. The Bruins had just successfully scored 3 goals in less than 10 minutes, a quite rare feature in such high-stakes situations. In overtime, Bergeron once again emerged as the hero for the Boston Bruins, scoring the game-winning goal at 6 minutes 5 seconds of the extra period. His goal completed the remarkable comeback, securing the 5-4 victory for Boston. This game highlighted the unpredictability of playoff hockey, but it also became a defining moment in the rivalry between these two storied franchises. For Toronto, this loss was obviously devastating, as they came so close to advancing but were ultimately undone by the Boston Bruins' relentless push. The Game 7 between the San Jose Sharks and the Las Vegas Golden Knights on April 23rd of 2019 is easily considered one of the most dramatic playoff games in recent NHL history. The series was tightly contested, with both teams aiming to advance in the playoffs. The Golden Knights had built a 3-0 lead from goals by William Karlsson, Cody Eakin, and Max Pacioretty, seemingly in control of the Game 7. However, there came a turning point, and this game's turning point came midway through the third period, with a controversial 5-minute major penalty assigned to Cody Eakin for cross-checking Joe Pavelski. Pavelski fell awkwardly and was injured, leading to debate over the penalty call. Despite this, the Sharks were awarded with a 5-minute power play. San Jose capitalized on the power play spectacularly, scoring 4 goals in quick succession. Logan Couture scored twice, Tomas Hertl scored another, and Kevin Labanc would be the one to complete the scoring spree, turning what was a 3-0 deficit into a 4-3 lead. The SAP Center was in a frenzy as the Golden Knights were left reeling. Vegas did manage to tie the game with less than 1 minute remaining, thanks to a goal from Jonathan Marchessault. The game would then go into overtime, and the Sharks would ultimately triumph with a game-winning goal by Barclay Goodrow, who beat goalie Marc-Andre Fleury. The game is remembered not just for the dramatic comeback, but also for the controversy surrounding the penalty call, showcasing the emotional highs and lows of playoff hockey. These were the most exciting and unbelievable comebacks in the history of the NHL. Which comeback victory did you like the most? Let us know in the comments below. Stay tuned to our channel for more videos like this one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until then, goodbye.